Ladies and gentlemen, especially gentlemen, you are welcome. This is the Black Table, the table where we gather to drink every Friday night and just drink our worries away. You are welcome once again for a Friday night, should we call it jollification? But I don't know. In any case, you know what we do here. We talk deep, especially that kind we do when guys meet on Friday nights. So, stay tuned because we have something very interesting for you. A couple of topics we'll be expecting you guys to sink your teeth into. But I'm not doing this all by myself, of course you know. Let's do the introductions. He's only just fresh from Rwanda. Why he went there, we do not know. Who paid the bills? Maybe he'll tell us.
They know they're telling our secrets. They know they're telling our secrets.
Okay, you are welcome, man. Good to have you back. We've missed you for a bit. How's Oluwafemi Couture doing?
Oh, okay.
Nice
Very
one. We
hard.
see the Ikoyi, what's it called, branch.
It's been a long time coming.
It's been a long time coming. Nice, nice. I visited your store, got me a couple of suits. Nice. Looking
People
good.
that keep us in business, unlike
To my right.
We're coming, don't worry.
To
you're
my
always
right.
coming.
He has been on the road since, and I mean that literally because there's plenty of traffic out there. But then even before that, he's been walking all the while to get here, to the extent that he's called Miles. Mr. Miles Abiodun, you are welcome to the show.
Thank you very
for the
much. Thank you
first
very
time.
much. Thank you very much.
I hear you're a talker.
Yes, I am.
I also hear your pedigree. Should I tell them?
No. Let's leave that. Let's leave that on the wrap.
That's your story, oh.
You gotta be proud of it.
Yeah,
know,
there's so many stories. Let's just leave that one. There's so many
But that's
stories.
the most
leave
famous
that.
one now.
That's
See,
the foundation.
We grew up on that, oh.
I can't promise you, but somewhere inside the show is gonna drop. So
We are here for it.
yeah.
I'm here
And well, he likes to play balls.
Obviously.
I'm a sports guy.
He's a sports guy. Let's introduce Mr. Gang, G-A-N-G, in the house. You're welcome, man.
It's all good.
Good to have you here.
Great to be here always.
How's your leave going?
It's over. Back to work on Monday, but
Okay.
it's good to get the rest, spend time with family.
That's good. We'll get to talk about that. So, once again, welcome. Stay tuned because we've got quite the show for you guys. We'll be back after this very, very short break. Welcome back, and this is how the show runs. Every single Friday, we get a couple of topics that we want to talk about, and then we do. We go hard. Let's put it like that and leave it until the end of the show. A couple of quick fire topics, and then we have our main topic at the end of the show, which this week we promise to give plenty of time. You guys, no over discussions on our first few topics, okay? Please. So, already, without further ado, let's start with our first quick fire number one. This is a tweet by a main_Jesse_. Now, he says, when I say your wife is not your family, they think I'm being funny. But the fact remains that your wife is not your family. The only female that can ride for you is your mom, your sister, and daughter. And these are the only females that should matter. I'm going to come back to a response that tweet got. But what do you think, Oluwafemi?
Like, people shouldn't be making carpet statements like this now. Your wife is not your family. The one we born 2 children for you. Like, okay, so it's my sister that I rarely see that is my family. Come on now. No.
Who's your next of kin?
My wife?
Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting. Miles, are you single or married?
I'm single, very much single.
You're still single. Sorry, you're single, okay?
Yes, still very much single.
I didn't
Forever
say that,
single.
did I? Did that come out?
Guy, they defend the arms. Very
I'm
much
saying,
single.
let's
Don't rope me.
But do you have a next of kin?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I do.
Who is your next of kin?
My mother.
Your mother. Aha, so
I see it.
we'll have one taker here. Gang, who's your next of kin?
My twin brother.
Your twin brother.
You're
Okay,
a
so
twin.
is there a reason? Yeah, he's a twin.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
But it's not like you in any way.
Unidentical, don't worry.
Oh,
You're safe.
God save the guy.
You know, by default, growing up and being a twin, I just used to put him by default as my next of kin, you know, so because I felt this connection with him. It has nothing to do with being blood related or not, but I just, even now that I'm married,
He's still your next of kin.
yeah, I haven't
So has your wife
changed.
got
Your
you?
wife doesn't have
Yeah.
a problem with that.
We haven't even had that discussion.
Now
Oh,
she
you know you're
knows.
going to have it after
No,
tonight,
exactly.
So,
Now-
like, going
No,
forward.
but I don't think she'd have a problem with it.
You don't?
I don't think she would have.
Okay.
So legally,
We'll ask
there are
you
some
next week.
implications. Did you know that?
No, well, legally there's some implications, but people don't understand that the next of kin really doesn't mean that much. What does the next of kin have access to? In some situations, like I know of a situation in a bank, whereby somebody felt as if the loss
Because
of
they're
a partner,
yeah,
they could claim the money, and they just said
Not
no.
so.
The next of kin is just the closest person to notify of any emergency.
Very
Oh.
true, actually.
It's different from who inherits what you have.
So would you want your wife to
Yeah.
be the first person to know if you broke a leg and you're unconscious?
Your next of kin is
Of
actually
course, definitely.
your first
I
response if
wanna
you're
spare
looking
her
for
that.
somebody.
But an addendum to this, a chap at Solomon Bucci responded and says, but your mom is someone else's wife. Your sister will be someone else's wife, and your daughter will be someone else's wife. Is it a wife issue or a trust Shoot.
That's Solomon Butchie.
I don't know why you sound this hurt, but
Same
please, your wife is your family. And Gang said something while we're starting this show. You said something was sexually transmitted.
Yeah, see, now, the funny thing is that, no, but in reality...
Left hook.
In reality, people are looking at blood ties, and they feel as if your wife is not related to you
blood
via
ties,
blood.
blood ties is
Do you
sexually
understand?
transmitted.
But now you're talking about your daughters. Who gave you the daughters? Who gave you the
Wife,
children?
true.
It's the wife. So you now feel as if your children are more related to you than your wife.
Come on.
So you understand, they say blood is thicker than water, but other things are thicker than blood.
The mental picture. Miles, are you taking lessons?
Yes, I am.
What do you think so far?
I think it's a lot of BS. Like, your wife is not actually your family, your relative. She's not your next of kin. She's just a woman you married. Now, what happens when this woman leaves? What happens tomorrow when she packs up and says, you know what, I'm done with you?
Well, your kids can leave you too, though.
Well,
Where are your kids leaving you to?
Bro, they
No,
do.
they'll just be there. They
Nobody
always come back. They'll just
bring
go,
this
okay,
in,
I
bring
have
this
a problem. I have a problem with my dad. Blah blah blah. Years after you guys are settled, you see, your wife can go for life. She's not coming back. You see,
kids
your
can go for
mother
life, though.
is not. Where are they going to? They still bear your name.
own
For the
house.
they still bear your name for the rest of their lives now.
They can
So
change
where
their
are they
names.
going to? Now, but your mother, your father, and all these people are not going nowhere. It's family. That's where the blood comes in. It's family. They're going to be there forever. And this guy's mother, your mother is a better. Women are naturally better nurturers, better managers, and all that. So yeah.
So I was worried for a second, and then I remembered that he's not married.
Oh wow.
Oh, yo.
So everything,
Because I just check out.
everything makes sense after that.
This guy really go out.
But what about, I've been in relationships, like I've had
doesn't
relationships
count.
before,
It
and
doesn't
it
count.
doesn't count.
Yeah,
We've all been in
relationship is not
relationships.
sexually transmitted.
Wow.
No, but we've all been in relationships. So, but marriage is a different ballgame
Marriage is a
entirely.
big
Some of them are even still in relationships.
Who?
Some of them.
Bro, speak for yourself now.
Okay, now.
Where did I find this guy?
Now, one place for just
Now
like
for
this,
streets.
justified. All right, so let's move on to our next quick fire. Now, for our next quick fire, we have this very interesting topic here, and check this out. It is one that we got off of social media as usual. I'm going to try and pull this up. I'm having a bit of a technical problem, but let's move on to the other one. Now, men have been talking. They've been sharing their experience with their significant others' sisters. 4 men share how their bedroom adventure with their sister-in-laws went. Why are you looking away?
No, because I like see the eyes of
The people behind the camera.
Like it does, they always throw me like.
And the stories are incredible. One guy talks about his sister-in-law who would brush against him as she goes through the passage every time, giving him signals, and finally they did it. But that one gave him an ultimatum. You've got to tell your wife before I tell her. Another one got caught because he was conversing with his guys like this on chats. Like, this is, how would you do it if you were going to sleep with your sister-in-law? And he was, they were talking. And his wife saw that chat. And it's been very impossible for him to prove to his wife that he really didn't want to do it. In fact, she says if you can think it, you wanted to do it.
Yeah.
It's spoiled plenty of relationships. Another guy says that he is glad that his wife actually caught the situation. Not catch him, but caught the situation and banished her sister from the home. And that if she hadn't done that, he would have taken the bait. So I don't know if let me ask, how do men get attracted? I'm asking a silly question. It
Right.
happens. It happens. But what are your views?
No, but how do you go through with it? Like, okay, identified, wife, sister, also sexual partner. Like, come on now.
Well, it doesn't start with identify a wife, sister. It starts with, see fine girl.
Fine girl,
See
full
hot
outside.
girl.
Now
It starts with see
For
hot
Lagos,
girl
you know how many
that
fine
is
girls in
always
Lagos,
around
bro?
in proximity. She's right there. You see her every day. So wife is not around. This girl is fine. It starts with they're not wife sister. The wife sister just vanishes. That person vanishes. It's a girl you see first.
There's also something about gang. I don't know if I'm correct. There's also something about the forbidden fruit. What you're not supposed to
Put
take.
a billion and one forbidden fruits outside now.
Well, this one is much more forbidden because it's inside your house with you.
I think like if you look at if you read through the story, a lot of the situation is because your sister-in-law was living with you. And I think, Femi, what you should understand as well is that proximity, sharing that living space, sometimes creates certain
So if
things.
your mother-in-law is living with you, are you going to shag out?
Wait, let me give wait.
No,
wait,
I mean,
this
like,
is-
if that's the
No,
angle
but wait,
you're
wait.
coming from,
Some
though.
mother-in-laws
But
are
you know
hot,
that
yeah.
happens. But here's the thing, Femi.
Hold on, hold on.
Some mother-in-laws are hot. I mean, you see every mother-in-law that
Who are
is
you
stupid.
dating?
Daddy,
Like,
yeah.
how do you leave their mothers?
Some mother-in-laws
Daddy,
have you seen my mother? My mother is really hot. At 62, she looks amazing. So some mother-in-laws
spoiled
are
today.
We're
hot.
not going to
Talk
talk
about
about
your
that.
mom.
We're
Yeah,
not
I'm
going to
just
talk
saying.
about
So some mother-in-laws are hot. Let's say
This is not a MILF comment.
Exactly. Let's
But
be clear.
here's what I want you to understand. When I read those stories, right, one thing that hit me was everything was consensual. Even the sister-in-laws were finding their sisters' husbands attractive.
Since they
Some
were
of them
called.
were even seducing the men.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
And yes, because the situation is that, in all honesty, men have really messed up. Men have fallen hand. Sometimes don't put a goat in the lion's den and
Sounds
just say
like
that. That's
Delilah.
a different. You know. You get where I'm coming from.
Do you live with maybe someone who's helping out in the family?
Not even helping out. My wife's closer friend from university spent years in our house when we were in Abuja.
Okay, and your wife was okay with that? Was
Yes. It was my wife that told me that, she needed a place to stay, blah, blah. She was going to pay some.
Femi, would
she
your,
was- they were
would your
doing
wife
some-
let her university friend stay over
Oh,
at
yeah,
your
see,
place?
listen,
Wait.
me, I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, I know,
Me, I'm a
gang,
good
nobody-
man.
Well, that's your
You're
opinion.
protesting too
That's
much.
your opinion. though.
Smart man.
Your wife might not share that sentiment, but let's leave that.
Shut
Would
up,
you-
she does.
So,
she might not.
would your wife have a problem with that?
I
Be very
personally-
honest.
I
you have the
no,
problem
but
with
I
being honest.
personally will not even let anybody live with me.
Why wouldn't you?
Because I'm a very private person. I can walk out of my room in my boxers and I know that it's my wife and kids. Like, why would I?
That's
Is
the
that the-
problem.
is that the
so by
only
the time
reason, though?
somebody is staying with you and you're walking
I
out in
can't be
boxers,
self-conscious in my own house. Now,
that's
I
what
need
I'm
to pay
saying.
for this place now.
Femi, that's what I'm saying. This is the foundation. That's how it starts. It's your house. You're walking around in boxers. You get me? Let me know, like, in my house, because of my help and nanny alone, my wife tells me, don't walk around anyhow dangling stuff. So even me, I need to know how to behave.
Inside my own house.
But that's
Where
what I'm
they
saying.
go now?
But that's what I'm saying, Femi. You're in your
Where they go?
boxers and you're chilling. Your sister-in-law is feeling as if I live here. It's my house as well. She's walking around in bra and pants.
Oh, yeah. Really.
Then you people now, I'm just giving you an example. That's how it happens.
But gang,
And the
listen,
next thing
what I
you
think
know,
is your wife shouldn't worry because you don't look that good naked anyway.
it has nothing.
Oh,
how
See,
do you know?
now, thank you. Let me tell you,
Like, no. Like,
How did you,
how do you
have,
know?
have you seen him naked?
What, he was looking for work in Lagos.
But you guys know they can't
And we
cut
were
this thing, though. You know they
employed.
can't cut this.
He was looking for work and we were
What?
employees.
Okay, and then?
Eh?
Gang, it's okay. That's
And,
not the
and,
main
and,
shit.
okay.
And I Harvey Weinstein him.
Wow.
Miles,
Chineke,
when you do get married, would you adopt someone? Not adopt. Would you let someone who is
No,
of the
no,
opposite
no,
sex
no.
stay in your?
No, no, I
in-
won't.
Why
I won't
not?
let.
Why are you guys so afraid of
What?
yourselves?
No,
Oh
it's
yes,
not
I
about
am.
being
Like
afraid of
I'm
yourself.
Wait,
human.
gang.
I am. Look, you might be very, very disciplined and you have it all figured out. You know how to. You know how to handle it. I am human. I might not be able to handle some things, and if I fall, I fall. While I don't come, woman packs are low. So please keep all your female friends, your sister, whatever it is, even if she looks crippled.
Man, know thyself.
Let her stay away.
So personally, I don't even think family should be living with you.
I agree.
Personally, I don't think family should be living with you. Like everybody stay in your house. Because truth is this, the things that your wife does to you that is nothing to you, your sister might have a problem with it. Your mother might have a problem with it. Your brother might have a problem with it. Why are you going to bring all of that problem? You already have enough problems. You are married. It's a lifelong problem. It's a lifelong. No, but bro, like you guys are always going to be putting out fires every day of your life, right?
No wonder I'm
You
still
now
married.
want to now
Add.
invite. Come on now.
I agree
Then
with
your
you.
mother will not be like, so she didn't give you food yesterday. I saw her. Like, mommy, mind your business. Like, if you're not here, would have moved on.
Right.
It's not highly unnecessary. Highly unnecessary. If you can't afford to keep them at bay, keep them at bay.
So one final question on this one now. If you had the option to pick or choose who stays with you to help out at home, would you insist that it be male?
Like, there's no need.
There's no need.
There's no need.
Okay, let me ask Miles. Would you insist that it be male?
Yeah.
So you see, yeah. there we
Yeah, I
go.
don't know. Yeah.
very
Both,
difficult,
both, both.
You
We
you're
could
not
have
sure?
them. We could have them take shifts. You come this week.
Shifts is a good thing. Yeah, shifts are good.
All the helps that I've had have all been female.
We know you.
They've all been female.
We know
And
you.
my wife picks them, and I have 2 daughters as well. I would actually prefer a female to be the one around.
Funny
them.
enough, she's thinking she's speaking against your specs. too.
Not
But
even-
you don't say he's
No,
speckless.
See, let me tell you something about my wife.
Tell us.
She's just so awesome. Do you understand?
See, listen, that kind of show was designed for gang to polish his mouth
didn't
every
try to
single
point.
No,
every
see.
single weekend. I'm
But here's
tired
the
of
funny
this.
thing. You guys make it sound like you're so randy that if they leave you with a woman, something's gonna happen.
No,
You
gang,
say
let
that
me
you
correct
can't
that.
control
On,
yourselves.
well, let me correct that
I
on
can live with my
Miles'
in-laws and
behalf.
nothing will happen.
I want to correct that on Miles' behalf because you're looking at him suspicious.
I was about.
To know thyself does not mean because I think I'm a randy person. It means you're taking temptation out of the way. And that's where my
Yes.
brother here
But
stands.
then the
And that's a
question
good
now-
thing.
the
Even the
question
Bible
now
or the
is
holy
when-
books will tell you that.
But
Flee.
when temptation
Flee,
comes-
exactly.
Don't pass
Flee.
the woman,
But here's the
can't
thing. Yes, flee. Do you understand? But then when it comes, you literally know how to tackle it. That excuse of, it just happened, proximity, you should know that if worst case, push comes to shove, and I'm in this situation, I need to take charge and make sure it doesn't happen. That's why that guy was happy that his wife intervened, knowing that, man,
could,
that
yeah.
if this thing had lasted another week, I would have fallen. Do you understand? So there's so many tactics to take. If you get to that point whereby I'm about to shag my sister, if you go and meet your wife and say, babe, your sister needs to leave this house. Something almost happened. If you have that kind of relationship with your wife, something almost happened.
Define something.
Do you understand?
Then she'll never trust you with anything
No,
that's going to
I
slip.
saw your sister's brand the other. See,
Gang,
your
if you
sister's
ever-
reaction
wait,
they
wait,
grow
wait.
for this house.
Check this out.
Make you come out.
If you
There's a
ever said
relationship
that to
you
your
have with
wife that something almost happened last week with your sister, she'll never trust you with anything with a slit in the middle.
Any woman. Any woman.
Is she
Anything that has a slit in the
but
middle,
is
she
she
will never
supposed to?
trust you. So I don't know. It's a very delicate thing.
You said what?
Is she supposed to?
Unfortunately,
Here's the funny thing. Now, here's the
Okay.
funny thing. She might not trust you with any woman again.
but
But at least, see, that's why it's also the kind of woman you marry. That respects the fact that this guy actually came to tell me this. So I think he would come and tell me again.
let's put a pin in that. Yeah, we're gonna come back to that. We're expecting your messages. Do send them and use the hashtag TheBlackTable on TVC because we need to get back on this and your take on it as well. Let's move to our quick fire number 3. Now check this out. Man spends $170,000 to on leg lengthening surgery to grow 5 inches taller. Now let's move to their representatives here for short people. Gang.
Justice for short.
He's actually not sitting. He's standing.
Short. Yeah. I'm leaning
They
over
don't
the
be
bar.
telling us.
It's okay.
They don't be telling us.
I'd rather be short with a long dang than tall with a little weenie. That's me.
Nice one.
So-
Recovery, excellent.
No, he's good
Excellent
at this. He's good
recovery.
at this. So
It's true,
you
though.
can never catch him. You can
Do
never.
you want to be tall with Zeno's people? Or you want to be my size? Or you want to be my size with 3
Wait,
legs?
how do you see each other naked? How do you know so much
Bro,
about
we
his
used to-
nakedness?
okay, I knew
You
that.
know about his nakedness.
We used to live
like-
together.
Okay, that's why I shook.
Gang has seen me naked.
They
we,
always
were,
like this.
we were hiring.
We were,
And-
They were hiring. Upon that.
Miles, we used to live together. Yeah. He was my in-law that I had to kick out.
Oh, okay.
To the
okay.
top.
I did that.
To the
That
top.
is- No, why do you have to give him out if he was?
He was making moves. I
He
had, to
didn't
tell,
make you feel
I had to
uncomfortable.
tell the wife.
But gang, so seriously, how do you feel? What do you know? How do you feel? Sorry, I did it again. But
How-
is that
How
an
does it
investment? Is tall?
No, it's
is
not.
being tall? Is being tall such a factor for
For some people, it
people's
is.
self-esteem, or for
Some people
Is
it
it how the opposite sex looks at you? Is it a factor when it comes to?
You know, when you're lying down, height doesn't matter.
You see, another
move to you.
Alright.
This guy
Wahala.
with cons and
Wa-
quips and
wahala.
everything.
Well, true
But what
that,
do you
true
think?
that.
Was that a good move?
I don't know if it's a good move, but we have
$170,000.
the tall guy privilege, we have the short guy privilege, we have the pretty girl privilege. So it comes with a lot. Some people, if you ask like 10 women in here, how do you like your guys? Oh, 6 foot plus, 6 foot this.
Yeah,
Nobody would say I want
tall
a
guy
four,
can have
a
some-
4 something guy or a 5 something guy. So yeah, I think the guy got tired of being bullied over the years and like, I have the money now. Let me make myself.
Well, sorry, but if you have the money now, I mean, 50
Like,
Cent
that's
started
all
looking,
now. Bro,
started
that's
looking
all now.
handsome.
Yeah.
after
He
the
still
money.
doesn't look handsome anyway. But
You know, if you've got the money, forget the height, forget it. What would you change if you had the money, $170,000 about yourself?
I would just use the money buy car. I swear down, leg for what?
If the caveat was that you could only use it to, you know,
There's
adjust
nothing I
and-
want to enhance. If you don't like me like this, I'm sorry.
yeah.
No, but bro, like, what do I want to change? That means I'm not happy with the body that God gave me.
There we go.
Now, random select now.
Take it to church.
And then if you don't like yourself, nobody's going to like you. Forget it.
Yeah, that.
So, okay, what's going to happen next? The girl says, oh, your head is not straight enough. You go back, go do head surgery. Come on now.
Yeah, but we ask women of that all the time. I mean, we
So the thing
we
about
kind
women,
of like,
we are rational. Women are not. Women feel.
ooh,
No, and that's not an insult. I don't mean that. No, women feel. Like, so a woman will tell you, this is how I feel. This is the reality, but this is how I feel.
Right.
She's not denying the reality, but you know, concern me. A man is more rational, like, look, okay, I'm 4'2". You cannot like me at 4'2". Forget about it. I have money, I have house, I have car. So, my law, yes or no? I can be 6'7" and not have bread. Choose your struggle. But for a woman, I'll do everything. I mean, I don't think I've creamed my body in 2 weeks.
but we encourage it.
Oh, yeah,
We encourage
men
women
are
to.
visual. We are visual creatures. Like we like. That's why Big and Sophie pass. Everybody go. In fact, even if you don't look, you go adjust your phone, open the camera, and look. It's just normal. It doesn't mean you are chasing
You're still out there in
You
the
do
dating
that.
scene. So
Yes, I am.
is that correct? I mean,
Yeah, very, very, very correct.
So would you say that we actually are instigating or making women do all these extra adjustments. If you go to Lekki now, everybody has a fridge.
Oh,
They're carrying a fridge behind them.
Everybody, yeah.
So
I think we do because we're always about who has a bigger board, who looks nicer, I think we do. I agree with him.
But it's
So
not just
in the
us.
case of this guy now.
Yeah.
If that was the case, if it was the case to be more attractive, can we fault him?
But how does your height? Like fine girl,
you are not in his life. Oh. You don't know what that guy has gone through with his height issues. For him to like, you know what, this is what I want to do.
But can I be honest with you?
The biggest Mac daddy where I know, that guy no pass like this. He don't pass
Trust
like
me,
this.
when they say big things come in small packages, there's a level of confidence that some people have. I have a friend in Abuja, really short guy. His wife is almost twice his height. And she didn't. The confidence he used to chase her was crazy, and she couldn't believe it. And his personality is just awesome.
Oh,
They're
exactly.
happily married now with kids. Now, in this guy's situation, the guy we're talking about now, even if you're going to increase your height, there's an extent to which you can go, and there's an extent you can't go. How? I think the
5 inches.
The dimensions are there. 5 inches.
Yeah, he went 5 inches. I don't think that's too. Well, it might be. It might be.
5 inches.
We'll talk about that when it comes back around with the messages and all. We have a very interesting one. Another one here, quick fire. Now, Pastor, or is it Prophetess C.C.O. Powers at church, I think over the past weekend, said something about online dating. She said, online dating is not for believers. Oh, sorry, wrong crowd. There's no believer here. Online dating, online dating is not for believers. Now, there's something that crossed my mind, because we talked about this in the morning. When it comes to online this, online that, our entire world to me seems like as if that's where we spend it right now. If you're living in Festac and dating somebody in Isolo, it's now a long distance relationship. You actually need online to augment that kind of relationship. So does she have a point there? Is it ruining anything? You are not married. How do you?
We have Christian sites where people meet each other. ChristianMe.com. MyChristianBrotherAndSister.com. They're there. You go there to meet, and they pray first before meeting each other. Like, okay, let's pray with each other. It is a hookup site.
No, but then the wire, after then the wire.
Yes, it's almost like Tinder, but they call it Christian this, Christian that. There are lots of them.
So it's Tinder
and it's for
Christians.
believers. It's for so-called believers. So I beg, we all go there. So all the people on Tinder, all these girls are on Tinder. They're what? They're not believers. Please.
The thing is, people,
You got that, right?
I got
He said we all go there.
This boy, his vision is one-on-one.
Are you saying you've never just... Nah, I'm not going there.
I don't have Tinder.
Who said your vision?
You might
I'd
come
never,
there at some point.
No, I can't. You know why? For me, I'm always like, okay, so...
I didn't even say Tinder. Why did you say Tinder?
No, because you did like this.
So that's only Tinder that swipes.
Nah, wait.
Tinder is the only app that swipes.
Left.
Well,
left.
It's the only one we've heard
How
of.
do you know it's left and
not
you've never been
swipers.
there?
Come on, I have
Baba,
internet.
you've been there.
Bro, I have
It's
internet
okay.
now. I
You've
get
been there.
internet
You've
now.
been there briefly.
No, so but
but you didn't stay long.
my own is this.
For
man.
this true.
My own is this. No, but honestly, my own is this. I'm like, how do you meet people online though? How do you go to a website and like now audition? How like go work? And like that, they select woman now.
Well, the parameters are set. You have to answer questions. You have to find your match. If this person likes
How
this
does
and
he
that
know
and
this?
that.
We're journalists. We do our research.
You've never been on my side, but this is it, man. Thank you very much.
We're journalists. We do this research. When we're talking about the shower and the rest, we have to research these things. And go to the streets.
Yes.
We don't. We're journalists. That's what we have to do. When we're talking about money laundering, we have to investigate.
We have somebody here that helps us out with that.
We're talking about fashion. We invest. We meet people like you.
Jokes aside, though, how do you date people online? How does that thing work?
No, it's real simple. If you see something you like, then you inquire. Oh, I like this person. Then you find out more about the person. Then you meet.
Then you guys start chatting from there.
You can chat. Then, or you can meet somewhere, have conversations, go out. Then from there, decide what you want to do.
If that's the case,
But then again, it is flawed. It is rather flawed when you also add take note of the fact that what people put online is absolute bullcrap. Because
some people oversell themselves.
They oversell themselves,
but
even what they look like.
And then some people are not looking for. Some people are not looking for anything long term. They're just looking for something quick to get in and get out. Some people just need the companionship. It all depends on what you're looking for and what you can get.
But as a Christian, is it wrong?
No, as a Christian, it is not wrong. Now, here's the funny thing that people don't understand. Because people just assume that because it's a dating site or it's online or you're hooking up with strangers, that you eventually are doing wrong things.
Technically.
You understand what I'm saying? If you meet somebody, get to know the person, and the person is making certain advances that you don't want, you cut the person off and say, you're not engaging in this. People have met on online sites, Christians and non-Christians or non-believers, and are happily married today. So you can't just condemn it. It works for some people. It doesn't work for some people. if you watch the message that she was trying to say, if you read more what the pastor lady was saying, she was saying, seek ye first the kingdom of God. Seek God first.
And then everything, including man and woman, will come.
So that's the point she was trying to... That was what she was trying to point at, that if you do that first, then other things will come. No, but it's like other people are not putting God first anymore. But at the end of the day, if you meet people. Now, the problem with online is that you meet people in the flesh. You meet people online. It's not really that different.
Yeah.
They're still people. Once you know they're not robots. The very first time I met Femi, I think it was here.
Yeah.
I've met him.
If it was online, it would still be the same.
I would have met him online through our mutual friend.
True.
Do you understand?
Personally,
so
was there,
these are human beings you're dealing with. There are different ways to meet people.
Miles,
you can't just condemn it.
Is there a difference in the interaction when you meet someone online from when you meet them in person? Is it much more difficult or easier?
It's easier.
Are there possibilities of things going awry, wrong, immoral online than it is in reality?
In reality, online it's almost the same thing. Like when you meet someone online, you have to have the first date. After a little bit of talk, have the first date, we talk about, oh, okay, I think I like this person. Let's take it away from here. Let's take it to the house or to the hotel, wherever it is you're going to go. Now, if you're meeting someone in person,
Hotel now.
well, it depends where you go. If you need someone in person, it still starts with the whole, let's have a date, let's sit down, let's see where this goes. Oh, after this first date, are we going home or going to the hotel? What's it going to be? So it doesn't
online
really...
is just the means. It
just gives you more options. So you don't have to walk on that one or drive on that one, like start looking. It's just like, okay, I have options here. Let me pick this, and let me filter.
So basically, just like shopping on the website.
Shop on the website.
Yeah,
good.
but like you said earlier on, the problem is a lot of people lie. They oversell themselves.
But in reality, they do the same.
Here's the thing with online. Some people will avoid meeting you. They'll keep on selling the lie.
They just push it.
And you can get catfished easily as well. They'll sell you somebody else's profile, but that's not
Ever
them.
been catfished?
You can't catfish me. I'm too smart for that.
Okay. All right. No problem. We'll leave it there. Let it be. Tell you what, let's do a short break. Do remember now, the end of the show is your bit. We ask you guys to send in messages using the hashtag TheBlackTable on TVC because we get to read them and also maybe comment on one or two about what you think. Feel free. No holds barred. Be honest. Whatever you want to say. If you want to insult that guy over there, just him. Only him. We'll be right back. Let's take a break. Welcome back to the big segment here for the show, our main topic, and it's all for you. Now, I wanted to talk about the gifting culture, but first of all, let me tell you guys, or remind you guys of this instance here. Ashraf Hakimi, PSG player, top G, you say, goes to court with his wife, and she's intending to get half of what he owns, only for her to find out that he owns Tukobo. And his mother owns everything that he's ever made. This goes very way back to our very first topic today, where we talked about
your wife not being your
next of kin.
So you can bring that back in. But good move, crazy move, wise.
Man of the year.
Man of the year.
Man of the year.
He cracked the code of life.
Okay. Now this has implications because we're gonna rope it up back our first topic. So you say he's man of the year because
He said man
I
of the
said
year.
man of the year.
because he's smart.
Yeah, he's smart.
So he went into a union thinking that his wife is definitely, or perhaps...
No, I didn't
well,
think
let's first of all tell exactly why this happened. I think he has a case ongoing. Is it
we heard that he has a couple of alleged
rape allegations?
Rape allegations.
Yep.
So it has affected his union with his wife. So his wife is now taking him to court, and not just taking him to court to file for divorce, but also insisting that, okay, I get half of what he has, only to find out that he basically doesn't have anything because all the things that he owns have been put in his mother's name.
Gifted
Trick.
to his mother. Is it gifted or...
I don't know what in his mother's name. They're not in
His
his.
mother in any case.
been
So
buying
you say man of the
everything he
year.
owns.
So if you say man of the year, rope-a-doping it back to our very first one where we talked about your wife being your ride or die, not your mother and everything. Are you saying that in this case he went into a union thinking that this woman, you've got shifty eyes, somewhere down the road you're going to do this to me, I'm just going to shift everything to my mother's name?
I don't think that's why he went to the union in the first place. I think this could have been what's called a legal advice from one of his lawyers. Like, okay, you know what? You are a soccer player. You're very good at what you do. You're going into business. This is the business part of it. Do it this way, just in case anything goes wrong. Let's do it this way. I don't think, oh, I'm about to get married now. Let me just fix my assets into my mother's name. I don't think that's what happened.
So it's not for poor men then, that's what you're saying.
It's not yet.
And Bezos didn't have this memo, obviously, because he lost half of what he had.
And also for me, it's the relationship with his wife. He knew that this relationship I have with this woman, I can't keep things in her name. You get me?
Yeah,
So sometimes you know the woman you're with, you know your partner. That's why there's some families now that the husband puts things in the children's name and there's nothing in the wife's name. So the relationship you have with your partner is very key.
So is
the
that-
relationship he has with his mother, he knows that if I give my mom all my money, I'm still safe.
You know, before he got married, he was already a soccer star. He was already doing his thing. He was already making all the money. So it's not because he got married later.
Yes, that's what I'm
that's
saying.
it.
So the relationship he has with his wife would let him know that, do I know her well enough? Do I trust her well enough to say, I can do this? If he notices that relationship is not there, trust me, he won't. He's just enjoying the marriage, knowing that whatever happens, happens.
So if I was no, I would never be. But if a wife notes that my husband is always buying or doing things in my child's name or his mother's name,
Sometimes you might not even know.
she should be alarmed. Like, okay, something is
I
going
think
on
generally,
here. That's
generally,
not,
I feel like marriage is prenup should be a must. Because it doesn't feel right that, okay, we're married, and then one day you just decide, okay, you know what, I'm not doing it again, and you get to live with half of the other person's thing. And I'm not on the guy's side or on the woman's side now, on anybody's side. So now I'm married to Kim Kardashian. I'm just normal OG. She has 300 billion. I now decide one day that I don't do again. I now take 150. Like, it's not fair now.
It's not fair.
It's not fair. It's like on anybody's side.
Femi, don't you agree that prenups are just for people that actually have this money? If two people come and they don't have anything.
What are you prenupping
So please,
about?
when you're living, live with what you came with.
Wow.
Like, if your husband feels like, okay, you know what, I want to break you bread, it's fine. If your wife feels like, okay, I want to break you bread, it's fine. Because I feel like if I'm going to divorce anybody I'm with, you've raised their lifestyle to a certain level. I don't think it's fair for them to fall below that. I don't think it's fair. I don't mind giving you upkeep money for the rest of my life. But to carry knife and divide everything into two like that, that feels like rape. It does feel like rape.
You know why she did that? Because I read the story a little bit further. She said she's been a
Sit-at-home wife.
Sit-at-home wife all along. Take
That's
care of
a
the kids,
baller's life,
doing all
oh.
that. And that's
Yeah.
what all she does is just bear children and take care of the home front. Like, she's invested her life, put her own career on the line.
What's that
Put her-
career?
She was a model and a
Go back to
entrepreneur.
modeling.
and
Yeah,
entrepreneur
go back
and all
to
that.
It's not
modeling.
bad.
Have you seen her? Have you seen
Clever,
that?
but
Have you seen her body now? It's
you
not. It's not
seen-
modeling anymore, right? That modeling
Okay,
part
take
done.
$100,000 every month. It's okay. Why must we split the whole
Does it
price?
seem like you do think that-
$100,000 for a woman who is used to the lifestyle of a king. Like,
I'll
What
buy,
Femi is
I'll,
doing
buy
is
your, I'll buy your house. I'll buy your car. Don't
So,
worry.
Femi,
Take
you
maintenance
think
money.
that when these things happen, that women actually have the intent to harm, to hurt, to
Definitely. No, so
Yes.
you see, when women decide, or men as well too, when
Or
they
the
decide
partner.
that I'm not doing
The
it
partner.
again, most times, like 90% of the time, they are out for blood. They want to drag, like
especially Nigerian celebrities on
squeeze,
on
like they want
on
to tear
Instagram.
you. They want to tear you apart, and it's not. I don't think it's fair.
Someone said something earlier. They said your wife is supposed to be your ride or die.
Yep.
I think it was the guy who said
Yeah.
that. You
I
said
mean,
that,
no mean-
ride or die. What happens now in this situation where this guy is being accused of rape? I know. Where's the ride or dying? Why are you not having my back? Or they were like, you know what? I'm going to stand by you. We're going to win this case. We're going to get through
Not
it.
everybody's
and we
Hillary
move on.
Clinton.
So nobody talks about don't talk about the ride or die now. So okay,
And also,
you don't
I
have
think-
Morga.
I think we
I have to
live-
move.
I think we live in that era where now everybody jumps ship at the slightest sight of problems. And then because it's so easy to just disengage, like, oh, I don't do it again. And look at it, if I don't do it again, I get to walk away with all this bounty.
Okay.
Come
And
on,
they know they can easily cash out.
Remember, I said that was the main
bounty
topic.
now, bro, that's what it is now.
I just wanted to touch on that. Thank you very much, guys. Now, our main topic today is about men, gifting men. Is it cool? Is it weird? Do we have a culture for gifting and not recollecting? And do women see it differently? Because I think that women have a bigger, pageantry surrounding this whole gifting thing. If they're going to go out and get their girl stuff, it's going to be an entire event. But guys are just like, guy, I know these are again.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
So for men, I think for men, it's never, we don't even see it as gifts. Because up until I got into this place, it didn't occur to me that, that's actually a gift. Like, men buy men stuff, like Folari, for example. We're sitting down in the
Who's
office one
Folari?
day.
We don't know who that is.
Folari, he knows
I've
himself.
heard that name before.
Yeah, I've
Folari.
heard it too. Is that, yeah.
So we're having a conversation, and he's like, I want to buy PS5. I'm like, you don't get money now. And then 4 days later, he's like, I need to buy this one. I'm like, you bought the PS5? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you don't get sugar mommy. And he's like, no. One of my guys gave me, I'm like, bro, your guy gave you PS5. I was like, waiting there. At first, it was kind of strange, but...
When you look at it, we do it all the time.
Exactly.
It just happens.
It just happens like, okay, I have to take one, or okay, you need to take, like...
I have a friend, Wally. When Wally comes to my home, he goes through my wardrobe, takes stuff, And then when I go over to Abuja, I now
You
see
call
my
it.
shirt inside. It's
Bro,
like, ah,
you can't shop.
You
You can't shop.
I know, right?
You can't shop.
You know,
It's
we don't
funny that
send
you
kind of thing.
guys mentioned this. I have to give a quick shout out to Delfino. Something happened over the weekend. He's a good friend of mine back in Abuja. And I commented on one of his posts on Instagram. And he just said, hey, yo, bro, it's been a while. How are you? I said, I'm good. He just said, send your account details. And I was like,
OG.
am I safe? The guy just said, no, he said, why am I saying that? Because just like, no, it's been a while, whatever. He said, no, in case you want to buy gas or something for the house, let me just, and I was like, okay, here are the details. So for guys, we don't call it gifting.
Yeah, it's just...
Do you understand? For us, it's just, and women find it weird that we're so simple like that. What's the big deal?
I had an experience in
A guy
October
just
last
gives.
year.
A guy, I won't call it gifting. He just gave.
It's just, I had an experience in October last year. I was rather depressed in October. I felt ill, if you remember, for one of those sessions for the Black Table and everything. And I was just, and so what I did was to exit every social media community, especially on WhatsApp. I just exited them. Sorry guys, gotta go. Need my sanity and all of that. And then one guy from Dimedi George, by the way, thank you very much, DG. He's a biker as well. The guy's like, oh, what's up? You exited. I'm like, no, nothing. Like, send me your account number. I'm like, no. I'm good.
Bro, I'm good.
He's like, he said, exactly, he said, sometimes it's just a good feeling
just
when you
something.
get something from a guy.
Yeah,
and the truth is, when that happened, when he sent that money to my account, I didn't need it. I did feel much better. And it was just so ordinary.
I was on the plane back to Lagos.
But do women do that, though?
Oh, they do. Women, women, and they buy themselves.
Women are the
Do they
gifters.
do that without the intent to remember, as in that thing
Like,
I did for you? You
I
that
did this for you, yeah.
So I feel like women are more like out there. They're more flashy. Like, so if a woman is going to get another girl something, it's a big deal. I'm buying my girl this, I'm buying my girl that. Men don't. I'm on the plane back to Lagos. I've been away for 2 weeks. I'm chatting with my guy. What's up? Where are you? I'm heading back to Lagos. Like, hey, I'm going to Kigali next week. Oh, do you want to come? I'm like, I feel like come, but I don't get bread. And he's like, okay, now you sabi. End of conversation. 3 minutes later, our travel agent sends me a ticket to Kigali. I'm like, I already told this guy, I don't get bread. Now why are you sending me this? So I thought it was a booking. So I was like, no, he has paid for it. I'm like,
Okay.
So that's how you ended up in Rwanda.
And he didn't end there. He didn't end there. And I'm not like, bro. I called him later, get Lagos. Like, I don't get money. Like, I'm going to have to spend hotel money. This is like, nah, don't worry, I got you. I'm like, you got me. Okay. We get there. I'm like, now wow. But guess what? Up until I got here was when I remember that last year, that I can count. That guy gave different points. This guy can't buy take car. Take car. So men do it, but it's not a big deal. Like it's not something they even almost remember. Say like you don't do them, you don't move on. I'm like, okay.
When you have it at your disposal.
When are you doing giveaway?
In your case,
sorry. Shout out to Femi. A couple of weeks ago, Femi actually gave me some high-end shirts for free.
No.
Nice one. That was grand.
So, like this guy said before he left here that, you gave him a phone on his birthday. Like, you know,
I didn't even remember that.
That's what it is with guys. It's not a big deal. Oh my God.
It's not. That's what I said. It's not.
But
a
this
big
one that
deal.
someone just called. How close are you with this friend of yours, the Hotel Rwanda guy?
Maybe like, I'm on, but I don't get money, so I don't.
Okay. So how close are you guys? How close are you? How long have you?
How long have you known?
Maybe like 20 years.
In my case,
20 years.
In my case, I've only known that.
If anyone calls me and just you just want to come, and I'm like, I'll just up and about and go to Rwanda, where there's organ harvesting everywhere and things can happen at any time.
The guy
like,
Okay, so make I help you.
and I just say, okay, now they don't buy this now. Let's just go.
So this guy, one day I go to the mechanic. This same guy, I go to the mechanic to service my car.
Right.
Then I see a CLS there, brand new Benz. I'm like, CLS. And then I see the plate number. I'm like,
And
my guy, they use this plate number series now. And I'm like, bro, you don't buy the CLS? I'm like, yeah. They went to change the tires. I'm like, really? You can't buy though. But like, maybe I give you maybe test time now. He gave me the key. I test drove the car small. I was like, okay, since I Lekki, they make I come meet you. I drove the car to Lekki 6 p.m. And I'm like, okay, I need to take Uber back home. And he's like, why?
Drive and
take the car.
My car was in my house for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Brand new car. So by the second week, after looking out the window at 1 a.m. every day,
Is it there?
I go guys and say, bro, go carry your car. No.
Okay,
You
so
like,
you don't need that
Femi,
stress.
I'm so sorry. It's like as if we're alienating Gang here because he doesn't have that much
Nobody
money.
send out.
Hey, see, let me tell you something.
Nobody
Gang,
send
you-
out.
See,
now.
come on, Gang.
First
Come on,
of
you're
all-
welcome.
first
Yeah,
of all,
come. No vex.
Since you think you can
No
take it
vex.
with you,
No vex.
since you think you can take it with you, the thing is, in all honesty, like I said, men don't see it as gifting.
They don't. They don't.
And when you have it, like I tell a lot of men, especially the smart ones, if you can do this for chicks, you can do this for women.
Yeah.
Why can't you do this for your guys?
Take.
Why
Yeah.
can't you do it for your guys?
But there's a difference, though. Isn't there a difference when you gift a girl something to when you gift a guy something?
Most times,
No,
if you give a girl something.
let's be clear on that.
Now you're weathering
Yes.
the ground.
But
Now,
have you seen some
Yeah.
guys that do it for the girl and her friends?
bread dinner?
Because,
Bro,
like,
bread dinner.
so the thing is that if you have, truth be told, there's some people that have the money
Sure.
and they have the hearts to know that what am I doing with this? If I can help here, help there. What is it? If my lifestyle is to take flights all over the world, what's the big deal if a friend comes along? It doesn't dent my
Let me
pocket.
know- So let me
doesn't
know if I
dent
lie to you
anywhere.
guys. When I was in the university, the only reason why I'm alive today is because of the friends that I had. Because when I look back, there's nothing where I don't feel buy for those boys though. Like if I have 1 million and a friend of mine comes to me and is like, I need 950, he knows he's getting it. Because there was a time in my life I didn't have 2 coins like this to rub together. And I was living la vida loca on other people's money.
But yes,
And when I think about it, they know say I don't get to
but they were investing.
It was
Emotionally.
If I look at myself back then, they know that was not an investment.
Sometimes not investment.
It wasn't exactly.
There's some things that money can. Let me tell you
I'm
something.
going to be
eh?
honest, that wasn't an
I
investment.
think I met Femi for the first time about 18 years ago. Femi see, but that shirt you give me 2 weeks ago, you don't cover from. Femi showed me this very nonsense suit that time.
That was there.
Because see, sometimes if you look at a clique of friends, I used to watch this series Entourage back then. If you look at a clique of friends, different people bring different things to the table.
Exactly.
There's some people that it's the company. There's some people that all they have is the resources.
Yeah.
They'll take you out to the club. They'll spend all the money. You know, I'm not paying a dime, but I'm in the club. We're popping bottles.
I'm the star of the show.
Do you understand? We're popping bottles. Me, I'm not giving 1 naira, but I'm helping them with the company.
So-
some people, there's somebody that brings the chicks. Him, he just has the connect. You get me?
We know who that is.
No, I'm just telling you how
We
it
know
was
who
back
that
in the
because
days.
you said that with so much gusto, like you're someone that brings chicks.
So that's
Like,
Wait, hang on a second, Miles.
All right, cool.
Let me flip this now. So when you're doing this with your guy, it's normal. But when you do it with a lady, when you gift a lady something, do they feel it's transactional in any way? Do you think? Do they think that this guy is expecting some?
What does he want?
Why are you looking back? Maybe
I would like-
focus here.
What does
focus
he
here.
want?
no, so but if I
Does it turn
so
transactional
funny-
in any way?
funny
Is it
enough,
perceived?
if I'm a girl and anybody gives me anything, I cannot buy it by myself. The first question I'm asking,
suspicious.
what do you want? Because you know this is out of my pay grade. Do you understand? So you meet me, I'm driving, but at the enter Uber, just buy me brand new car. Okay, do you want to raise my skate or what? Like, let's be clear.
Yeah.
There's no need to just say, oh, you just bought it for me. And I've met a couple of girls that say things like, oh, you just bought it for me. Like,
It's
No,
not.
but like
It's-
you
like,
said
no,
earlier, you said
So
some
it's
people
transactional in
just
your
have
case.
this bread. They can just give it out. I was at the mall with a friend, a female colleague at work, and we're pricing AirPods. This is so expensive.
You didn't go with
100
Femi's friend,
Was
though.
100 and something thousand around. Then this man was buying the new iOSs for his kids. Kids with 13, 12, 14. He was buying for like 4 of them, and I was there. So what's the problem? Please add it. Was 130 something. Add it to my. I feel
You
so
don't
bad
pick.
to that. But the man didn't even say, "Oh, how are you? What's your name now?"
You know, see you.
Please just.
you pick or the lady.
I wanted to, but shame they catch me. But shame they catch me. I wanted to.
No, Miles,
respect
you
to
should
them.
have told him, sir, I was part of your childhood. If you remember that show,
So she got left free about like that.
Like the guy did it was like just add it and you guys okay cool go
It
don't
wasn't
worry.
a big deal for him.
It wasn't a big deal. You know, some people do have that.
Very,
But
most
if a man
probably,
is, if a guy is going to keep gifting me,
No, no, no,
right,
no,
He like the game.
That guy
Now
was
you
watching
be
ground.
your
That guy-
Now you be your ski with that
listen,
scene.
no, thank you. The guy didn't want to embarrass
He
you.
he already embarrassed me. He paid for what, he paid for what I was pricing.
But here's the thing: if it was you that wanted it, you wouldn't have paid.
Babe, show you later.
That's what
If
I'm
you were the one
thinking.
that needed it.
That's what I'm thinking. Get your own earbuds.
Like no,
Like,
this is
bro,
man,
you be
this is
man,
man
go
to
walk.
man. Oh. You
Go
look at you
walk.
like you're a man.
Go walk.
You hustle it. But
Go
here's
walk.
once again, like I'm sure you've seen some posts on social media, and for those of you that have daughters, I know both of you have daughters. We keep on saying stuff like, you have a daughter as well?
Yeah, I have a 7-year-old. Yeah.
Yo,
Okay,
you have
no,
daughters.
that's another topic for another thing.
I have
So what I'm
7-year-olds
trying to say,
too.
you know how sometimes we say we want to spoil our daughters in a way that you can't impress them. An outsider, some
anything,
boy
yeah.
shouldn't come and try to impress you with a trip to Kigali or something of that sort.
Why?
So,
But Kigali,
No, I'm just kidding. Stop now. I'm just giving you, okay,
Real
France,
quick, yeah, we gotta go to
France,
break.
Turkey, should I?
He's been there. He's been there too.
So what I'm trying to say basically is that for some girls now, there's some girls out there that hold their own.
Bro,
So
there
if
plenty.
they hold their own.
There are
So
plenty.
if you give them certain things, they won't think you're trying to get into their pants because they know that, what's this? I can afford this. This is just very simple to me.
Exactly what I said. If you give me anything out of my pay grade,
So
what
you
do
give
you
it
want?
out exactly what is out of
do you
their
want?
you understand?
Tell me.
Gang. Okay. Miles, let's take a quick break. Takeaway from this segment is the fact that Miles actually has a 7-year-old kid. That means he's been watering the ground every place he
Since
goes. We'll be right
forever.
back.
I
You
know
stay
why-
tuned.
I try.
That's why he kept saying hotel, hotel, hotel.
Is
Now
the
it
black?
makes sense.
Is the black table? We'll be back.
So you just always...
Oh, there's one information I have to give you about. No. After.
Let's not talk secrets.
Oh,
for here.
wow. Can you guys warn me next time?
No, he's not live.
We are live, actually.
Not for the talk now. Not for the talk.
I think that's the best part of the show.
No, it's not.
When we're not live, you guys should actually be in the studio because it's crazy. It's a ruckus. But in any case,
Shout out software.
shout out so much. All right, here we got your messages.
You
Thank you
made
very
it.
much. Once again, we'd like to say to our constant texter, his name is Outlook. He's always on the show. I don't know what you do for a living, but if you're a night watch, it's okay. We love you. He says, hey, Mazzino, the thing that will make me sleep with my wife's sister, no matter how attractive, may I not see it. May my, he says, prick, may my dingaling not stand. Amen. Okay, that's another man who says, steer away from temptation. No wahala. Agbenga here says, my wife is not my family. What then is she? My colleague? I be acquaintance? God I beg go. So people are still stuck on that stuff there. You know, your wife not being your... I can't wrap my head around it because I think that your wife should be the closest person to you
should
after
be,
marriage.
yeah.
There's no questions about it.
Somebody that you would
He
sleep with
feels
naked,
different,
eat
however.
their food.
still.
That's- being the closest person to you doesn't still mean that's the person that you should put all your life in her hands. Anything can happen. This woman will up and about. Anything can happen.
But see, I think you've fallen into the... I know we're the same age bracket here. I think you've fallen into this rut that these new woke generation
Right.
are in.
Well,
where
me
they-
against the wall.
Yeah,
Not me against the wall.
I'll
mindset.
try and pull you out of it, but I think that when you find a woman that you believe in, that you go all in 100.
This speech is really nice.
Not
It's-
99.
it's a nice speech. I like it. Like, oh, man, you know, you're trying to,
but
you're running for.
but
It's
I'm
good.
not- I'm
running for husband.
Something. Yeah.
Husband of the year.
But these things happen. Why are we acting like? Oh, there's no
Yes,
problems
see-
in the home. There's no problems in the
I
marriage.
don't get marriage when divided in the first
everything's
place.
beautiful. Everything. It goes the other way a lot of times. In this generation, it goes a lot of way with so many factors influencing this. Like, why?
I know what it is, gang. He's dating Gen Zers.
No,
You
that's
are
it, that's
dating
the thing. I don't
Gen
even
Zers.
date Gen Z. I can't stand them children.
So how many of this our generation remain? They're all, they're off the shelf,
They
man.
do.
Really?
Hey, God, do plenty.
I feel your pain, but like I said earlier on, the relationship you have with your partner, how well do you actually know your partner?
That speaks volume, though.
How well do you know your partner? What conversations do you have? What do people talk about? What are your life experiences together? Is it contractual? What are you talking about with the woman that is your wife?
Gang, let's put a pin in that. Let's move on. At Susan here says, gang, don't mind Mazzino. He is just jealous of your hot chocolate look.
No, I know that. I know that now. Not everyone can stand
He's married,
chocolate.
though.
It's good to know some people still find gang attractive.
You're married. Are you my sister?
In any, yeah.
That's a joke.
At
before my
Kevin
people-
Big. Where do you guys get these names? At Kevin Big Nash. It's nighttime, so I can say it. Only because it's nighttime. I wouldn't say that on the breakfast show. Mazzino, Mazzino, you guys are killing me tonight. Which one is wrong crowd and that they are not all believers? Wait, Miles, wait, are you a believer and your name is Big? Okay. Says Miles goes on the Christian dating sites. Does Miles go on Christian dating sites?
Obviously.
Does he want to marry a Christian girl with a touch of former Black China?
Babe.
Anyways, I
Beautiful
still like
combo.
Amsha.
Not the black China, but yeah,
Yeah,
right.
oh
Christian
my.
girl, know your
Right.
thing, but come on.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
fine.
if they're finding you attractive, you're single. Hey,
I beg, bring them onto the Lord.
bring them up to the Lord, he says.
Direct them to the Lord.
Everybody has a past.
Okay, and Adester says, me that it was finally time for me to meet the guy that I had been talking to online, and my goodness, it was a case of what I ordered and what I got. Now, only God saved me.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying about online dating?
One chance.
That's
There's
the
one
catfishing
chance,
for you.
exactly.
One chance.
That's why you still
a
get, like I
catfish.
said, that's why you still get to have the date. It's important. Meet this person first, like okay, and don't expect too much, because there's too many filters and all. So just meet. Okay, cool. You look this way and just leave. I met one once and she was arguing it's lingerie, not lingerie, and that was it for me.
Ooh,
And she was arguing. Fine girl, like that was it.
You guys didn't make it to the hotel.
We didn't. We
You
did
didn't make
not.
it to the lingerie?
Hot
No,
girl.
they didn't make it to the hotel.
And the argument was like, is lingerie? I'm like,
So
what?
that's a
Why
factor
can't
for
you be
you.
this fine
I'm
and
not
be
that
lingerie
selective.
in?
So that's a factor for you, whether she's educated. We had this conversation last week.
Yes,
Femi,
it
you
is,
weren't
it
here. We're
is,
talking
it
about
is.
if your partner if education is a factor in picking a partner.
By education, I don't mean PhDs, like Oga.
Intelligence,
Basic.
common sense.
Every
basics.
day,
Yeah, you should be
I am
well-rounded.
coming, I am going.
You should be well-rounded
Up
as
we
a
go.
human being.
Are
Yes.
we, that's it.
You
Lingerie.
No, you should be well-rounded.
That
As a
was
human
it, and that
being,
was
you
it. I
should be.
never spoke to her after I settled the
that's
bill
what's
and left.
missing in a lot of marriages, like because the guy is here, the girl is here. If you guys are here, you can have intelligent
Conversations,
conversations. Like
Yeah. Some people marry
down.
too low, too down, too lower. They go too down, and they're maybe for personal reasons of control and whatever
that's where I
it
am
is.
right now.
I think on
With,
that
with
matter.
someone, like there's someone I
feel like, okay, so
like,
let me
but
get this.
I just feel like
We're not,
intellectually
we're not even
we're not sound. We're not on the same mental
balance.
plane. You understand? Like, and
So what-
all my friends say, "God, this is a good girl." Like
Okay,
I
so
know.
what's the problem? Like give me one example.
We're not on the same mental plane. Like there's really
one example.
she don't
One,
get
just
sense.
one.
She don't get sense. She fine, but she don't get sense.
Everybody who's dated Miles is there checking themselves like,
They know I don't
is it
hide
me?
that part of me. Okay, if you don't want to do, move on. It's fine. It's okay.
Because so that means there are things that you say that she can't relate to.
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
Not
So I'm
things,
like,
a lot.
okay, so I have to now start typing in some. Okay, let's just say we are.
Okay, she greets you with GM. Problem.
General Motors.
final message here.
problem.
Admiral to here says that let's talk about this gifting thing for a minute here. I've never actually taken time to sit down and think about the fact that I do a lot of gifting. I, however, do a lot of gifting to both male parties and female parties. I've never for once thought about the fact that my female gifting is transactional in any way. But now that you say it, I do get a lot of callbacks from the female party.
That's all now.
Okay.
Because they want more.
So for me, I'm always very careful when if I want to give something to anybody, I can give a guy anything because I know that now they're here and we go our separate ways. But you see women, a woman comes to you and says, blah, 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 I have problems, I need 100,000. She's not complaining, she's not asking you for the money. If you make the mistake, because that mistake, of saying, okay, somewhere along like, okay, just take this 100K. In her mind, she's like, oh my God, he's there for me. What can I do for him? No, just take the money and go. And market you buy.
Yeah.
Now market you buy.
I know you want to put something in there.
Because they
Yeah,
want
Oh, hang
more.
on a second. Let me tell Miles what we have for him. Miles, at the end of every show, we always do this thing we call just a tip. No, it's not what you're thinking. It's just an advice, a
Small
roundabout
advice, not
advice.
the whole,
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
drop
just
down.
small, not
I mean,
everything.
you don't use that line before now. Just
Where's it?
just the head.
Yeah,
Where's the tip now?
we all got one. But in any case, just give us a little advice when we come back. Just round up everything. It could be personal. It could be
we come back.
general. Yeah. So, Gang, you were gonna say something.
You know, basically givers never lack. So a lot of men just see it as giving. They don't see it as gifting per se. And for guys, come on, we're all here. We're all guys now. I caught him online at one point when he was busy sharing money and saying, please use it for what you said you want to use it for.
No, because they give me now.
Yeah.
They gave it
They
to
gave
me,
him
though.
and he was also giving it out. You get
And I know people waiting
So
down.
the truth be told, when you give it out, you really don't care. You're not looking for anything in return.
But guess what?
Sometimes,
So guess what? That particular, these gifts be going. Like at some point I had to okay, block. It's a gift, like just be going.
just
you said you needed this.
because people want to come back
They
for
feel
more.
like
they
they
don't
have-
understand
the
the
no
people
such
or
things.
a particular set of people.
Most women, if you give most, like you said, once you give most women,
Money.
women come back for
They
more.
always come back. Like either to thank you or like okay, I have to just and I don't need you to thank me, my lord.
Well, thank you, Okweb. Miles.
You,
Just a tip, please. Let's give a general advice. Everything
Don't
we
put
talked about
everything
today.
inside.
that's what I was about to do. Like,
No, just
I'll
the
go
tip.
all in.
Brief.
No,
very
don't go all
brief.
in. We know you like going all in. No,
All right,
you
cool.
tell me this.
Nothing.
Just
Well, hello. Nothing can get. Just live your truth. Be who you are. Be your own person. Like, regardless of if everybody, the whole world is married. If you're not married, it doesn't matter. One day
Baba
you might.
just-
If you're not going
Baba
to marry,
just-
you might not marry. So just live your truth. That's it, basically.
Coming from the man with vision of 101, 101 vision. Get it now? You don't? Nothing. Sorry. I told you I was going to drop.
That's good though.
What's your daughter's name?
Toberu, Oluwatoberu.
Give her
That's
some,
nice.
some love, though.
Oh yeah, she knows that one. That's my number one fan. Oluwatoberu, how you doing? Daddy loves you. Yeah, she calls herself the Little Miles. I call myself the 8th one of the world. She calls herself the 9th one of the world. So
that's why it go hard for a man to come in
Yes,
between.
now.
It go hard. It go hard. It go hard. It go hard.
I don't want to break your heart, but she's not watching. She can't be watching the show.
she's gonna see it. That's the thing.
Let me break this out even more. She's related to you, but the mama is not. Just, she's...
You guys, not for women,
Which
they
kind?
cut
Why
now.
you guys? Why did you
could
just
have
allow me
waited.
enjoy and just
Nah,
go?
exactly.
Nah,
No,
feeling
no.
down. Like,
Ladies,
Don't mind that,
gentlemen,
Let me lift you up with a gift. Send your account details.
oh,
Bye-bye.
I shall.
listen, want to thank everybody. Thank you,
Make
Ahmed.
I
Thank you,
send
Mal.
you
Thank
No,
you,
no,
gang.
you.
Make I send you my
Thank
account
you to
number.
everybody who's been on
I
the
get
show.
some short code now.
Everybody who sent in messages, who use the hashtag TheBlackTable on TVC. Do remember now, the best part of this is that it goes straight up on YouTube. So catch it on YouTube. TVCentertainment.tv is where to find it on YouTube. And you can see all the past episodes. But don't see that one that had, who was it again on it? I didn't like that one. But in any case, thank you for joining us tonight. It's good night for us. But then again, isn't it also good morning in just about a bit? Catch you guys next week. Bye-bye.